What's up YouTube, ODST General back again with another Operation Trebuchet news update. So as the title and everything indicated, today is going to be a huge video, guys. I've got a ton of stuff to talk about and cover. I'm going to try and edit this down as much as possible, so let's go ahead and get into it. Starting us off on the Optrace side, we've got Forky with a new weapon. We've got a new sniper rifle inspired for use with the insurrectionists. I don't think this is based off of any particular weapons platform. It might be like a fan-in weapon. If it is, I'm not familiar with it. Not a whole lot to say about this weapon. It looks maybe vaguely like a DMR, so it kind of feels a little bit Halo-ish, like if you stuck a DMR together with a battle rifle and the sniper rifle, that might be like what you'd get. I don't know. I have to wait and see this once it gets a little bit further along, once it gets textures and stuff to judge it. That's one of the tough things, is getting like non-Halo weapons or like custom created weapons and actually making them feel like Halo. Sometimes all it takes is a texture, but it can be hit and miss. So we'll have to wait a little bit longer to see this one. New weapons though are always welcome. I still want the M6J. Somebody please make the M6J. Okay, anyways guys, let's go ahead and keep going forwards. We have also got some iron sights. I forget what these iron sights are for. I'm guessing, based off these pictures, they were for the DMR. They could have been for the sniper rifle. I can't remember which. I could probably just look, see if these were shared anywhere. No, I don't remember. I'm sorry, guys. I can't remember if these are for the DMR or not. I want to say they are. But I could be completely incorrect. Anyways, the DMR is a lot further along, so it doesn't really matter with all these. Vespade actually just got the DMR finished up in game working as of today, which is Saturday, which is a day after this was supposed to be out. So anyways, yeah, I'm going to keep going here. Sticking on the topic of weapons, we have the MA5s getting a texture overhaul from Vespade. Well, he has been busy with First Contact and the DMR and stuff. He got tasked with retouching up the MA5s. Well, these were just recently redone and added into the game. One of the big things they've had issues with, I guess, is people having a hard time distinguishing the MA5C and 5B. Obviously, there is differences like the type of round, well, not the type of rounds, but the number of rounds they can carry. I believe they actually kept in the differences for the speed of the projectile, stuff like that. But physically speaking, the weapons look very similar. So you can see a comparison side by side somewhat, well, not side by side, but one after the other of the two weapons. So you can see the current MA5C and one of the newer ones. The texture has been tweaked again since this picture was released, but give you a much better idea what this looks like. Much closer to the Halo 3 version than the previous version was. Definitely a lot easier to distinguish the two weapons. We've also got some video of it, of Vespade showing it off. It does show a 60 round ammo counter because it's just kind of a replacement on all the textures for the ARs at this time while he's still working on them. So that's actually the MA5B, not the C in the video, but the skin is being designed for the C currently, and then he's going to go back and redo the B skin. And he has said there's a possibility he will be going in and doing the other skins, so for like the battle rifle, the MA5K, etc., etc. Then skipping forward here, we have him working on something really cool, the Slipspace drive. The Slipspace drive is something that's obviously already in model-wise, however, he is adding functionality to it. Now, I thought Big Wilk had been working on this because I'd seen screens coming off of Big Wilk's Arma 3, where he had been doing stuff with a timer. Now, we actually physically see Vespade with the Slipspace drive, where you can go up to it, you scroll wheel it, and it makes a massive, massive detonation. You can see in the video, it's kind of hard to tell because I started recording a little bit late and it was frozen up when the video started, but it leveled about half of the city on Iberus, and it's pretty cool. Pretty devastating weapon. And anything that can't get destroyed, it damages whatever it can, so pretty awesome stuff. I mean, you can see the city is just completely empty at a point. So really awesome thing that they're adding in. It can also be loaded up onto vehicles, such as the Pelican and trucks, or at least it will be able to be loaded onto vehicles. That's not in yet, or at least it wasn't at the time of this recording. Vespay did mock up it being loaded onto a Pelican, so that was kind of neat looking, but hard to fully appreciate just because it wasn't actually done yet. It was more of a mock-up, or like what that might look like. So you can kind of see what it would look like mocked up onto a Pelican and stuff too if you were actually loading it on there, which actually fits surprisingly well on the Pelican. You can see it's still armable. I deleted the sound off of this so you guys can't hear it, but it's actually got the Arma 3 announcer saying bomb armed, bomb disarmed and stuff, which is kind of funny. Nice little, I guess, kind of an Easter egg in there that you can appreciate if you have your sound set to the right thing. He's trying to run on foot. He's not going to be able to make it, so I'm going to save some time here and just end the video there on that one. So that gets us into the next video here, in which we have all of the first contact leaks. And I use that term loosely. Now, I pre-recorded that video before this recording, so I want to hand it off to Past Me to show you guys all this awesome first contact stuff, and I will see you on the other side. Ooh, what's up, YouTube? ODST Journal from the Past here. So, guys, I am pre-recording this recording that's going to be at the end of my recording that I have yet to do. So let's get into it. Anyways, we had a ton of first content stuff leaked, I guess you could kind of say. So Scorch and Vespade were streaming development stuff, and at some point here, Scorch ended up showing a bunch of first contact stuff. Now, I don't know how much I missed. I just happened to be getting ready to shut off my computer. I saw Scorch was streaming. I was kind of interested what he might be streaming, since he usually does config work. And it was pretty much everything in the first contact release. So let's get into it. Starting off the bat, we have all the new weapons and stuff that they've got in there, like all the weapons from first contact. So the new ones we see are the Type 25J, which is the brute variant, which also has a Type 51J, which is the plasma repeater, which will have a brute variant as well. So we've got two new brute weapons going in, or brute variants of weapons. We've got the Type 50 particle beam rifle, so the Covenant sniper rifle. The Type 51 carbine, as seen on the screen here, which is going to probably be the most popular weapon from first contact, I suspect. Beam rifle is probably going to be a close second, I think. So awesome stuff. We also see one of the elites here with a custom skin on the bottom, so that's something that he's showing off now, is you can see the different skins and stuff here. So you can see there's like 3 skins for like each of these characters with scarred versions, and these are interchangeable. They work only with the elites, so there's no goofiness that goes on with the regular soldiers for these, if they do end up with these skins, so that's pretty nice. Definitely nice to have that variation. The other cool thing they did, as you can see now on screen, is the helmets are a separate thing. So you've got your Field Marshal, the Honor Guard you can see down there, which are separate helmets that you can now place on, so you can have your armor separated from the helmet, which is going to be super popular. Add a ton of customization to the elites, which are already getting a ton from this update. So nice little combination. Something that I'm personally very excited for, and I suspect a lot of other people will be too, is that the plasma pistol is now available as a pistol. Added to that are the plasma rifle and the Type 25J plasma rifle, so the brute variant and the standard variant of the plasma rifles. Both are pistols now. So that'll be awesome to have the ability to carry around like a carbine and a plasma pistol as an elite. The newer elite units is probably going to be very excited about this. But pretty cool stuff. The elites have received the upscaling effect that the Spartans have, so they're on the same scale, or same skeleton as the Spartans. So you can't expect these guys to be the same size and scale as the current Optre Spartans that were released in the last update. Those are on the same skeleton as these guys, or using the same skeleton as these guys. There was a comment about how long it took to kill that Honor Guard, so that's something they'll probably tweak or something before release, but probably a little ways out for that. So you can see him going back in with the weapons and stuff, just kind of messing around with those. I just love the size of the human weapons on these guys. It doesn't look like that on Spartans. I'm guessing what they're doing is they've got the upscaled thing for the skeleton, but they're also using their previous method where the elites are larger than the skeletons. So these guys are probably actually larger than the Spartans even, just based off the scale of the weapons in their hands. Look at how tiny that sniper rifle is. It's glorious. I love it. The purple elites, using beam weapons. I just love the honor guard's my favorite right there. Probably gonna be the one I use when I play as an elite. Just it's such an ornate costume and everything, but or armor, definitely dig it. So you can kind of see some of the elites here. So we've got like the Spec Ops elite, and we've got the honor guards and the field marshal and the standard elites there. So a lot of neat stuff there. Or I guess that's not a Spec Ops. That was I said Spec Ops. It was like an Ultra, I think. Here we can see the Banshee. So there is actually multiple variants of the Banshee in. This one is one of the two publicly known. Actually, there might be one I don't know about because of the way Vespade was talking. So I know of one that's top secret no one's seen yet except for people close to the development team. So I'm sure it's probably leaked out into a couple other communities, but still pretty hush-hush if a lot of other people do know about it. So I can't say anything about them yet. So this Banshee that you guys are seeing on the screen is using the helicopter flight model, so that may or may not change. When Vespade sent this to Scorch, it was actually using VTOL, and it looks like Scorch has decided to try it out using the helicopter flight model. That may or may not be something they keep going forward, I'm not sure. Definitely it looks like it's a lot different than the other vehicles and stuff that we have that use the helicopter flight model. You can see it changed very quickly from that forward thruster to the to like a standard hover or whatever, so that's kind of interesting to watch this thing fly around. Hovering might be an issue, I don't know. The other question is how well AI will actually use this. They'll fly it, but whether or not they'll actually shoot at targets is the big thing. It's got the plasma rifle rounds or plasma blasters or whatever they're called. But it's got the plasma round standard rounds that the Banshee uses. It's also got a fuel rod mode, so you can see that there. No real big explosion, at least nothing that we can see. I don't know if that needs to be added in or finished, but I'd imagine that's going to be pretty devastating, especially to vehicles, so that's kind of neat. And we're just going to skip forward some here. The Halo 3 Marines are getting an update. They're getting new camouflages and textures and stuff like that. Well, I don't know about textures, but they're getting new camouflages. Ignore Scorch's Hank Hill head. That's not part of the mod, if that's not obvious. But you can see like a winter camouflage. I think there was also a desert one or something too, or like a brown one they have. So there's going to be a couple different camos added for the Halo 3 Marines, so that will be something kind of nice to see. Looks like they're also getting a ghillie suit variant. So yeah, you can see M52B, Snow and Sniper, and it looks like maybe some other variants beyond that because they've got like riflemen and stuff, which I don't think were options previously. So getting some new variants on the Marine armor, so that's pretty exciting stuff. We're going to skip forward again here. The Mark 5 Spartans are getting an update as well. They're going to be, of course, getting increased in size, which we've talked about previously. So these guys are going to now match the size of the standard Optrace Spartans. The other thing is they're getting an overhaul. They're getting new textures on their armor. I don't know if the hidden selections for the armor will be open to everybody else or not now, but you can see this is the current armor. They've got 3 new variants. They've got Black, Night, and Olive. So Black is, you know, your Tex armor, so you guys can live out those red versus blue fantasies practically now. The Olive, I guess, is probably going to be the closer of the two to the current Optray version. I'm not really sure what the difference is between Olive and Night or Olive and Black, or Night and Black, I mean. But this will make it a little bit more interchangeable with the other Optray armors too, meaning that since the helmet on this is also now separate, you can mix and match helmets, so you can use those like, I can't remember any of the other helmet names, so you're going to have to forgive me, but you'll be able to use like the Mark 5B and stuff with this. So it's kind of nice to have that mix and match options with these as well. Excited to see that. And that is everything for the First Contact stuff. Sorry, I'm kind of laughing because I'm seeing the sniper in his hands, and it still looks pretty large, smaller than a Marine, but compared to the elites, those snipers in those elites' hands just humor me so much. I love it. But yeah, you can see kind of testing out the grenades and stuff. I guess the damage that Spartans take, it looks like Spartans can take maybe more damage potentially. I'm not really sure. So pretty cool stuff. Since I'm going to put this at the end, guys, like always, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one. And, of course, I want to know what your thoughts are on this update. I should mention before I go, this first contact update is imminent. And I use that term somewhat loosely because I'm not exactly sure what that means. But it sounds like within the next day or two, if not the next week on the long end, we should have this first contact update. And then Vespade kind of mentioned offhand that maybe possibly within the next 3 or 4 months we might see another first contact update coming out. Obviously that's a little bit more loose and something that you should take with a much larger grain of salt. But it sounds like they want to try and get the next update out as soon as the Spirit dropship is ready. Absent from this update that we've talked about previously will be the Covenant charging boxes, the weapon stations. It sounds like those are having issues, and those are probably going to be prevented from coming in. The other thing that we talked about previously that will not be getting included is the Elite Voices. They were donated by a community member. Apparently it's like 2 gigabytes worth of content just to have those voices in, so the devs have decided to leave them out and instead just opt for really deep voices for the Elites. So who knows, maybe we'll get lucky. We'll see that backwards voice is the guy donated as a separate mod or something, as an optional mod. It would maybe be something to have as like a good side mod or sub mod from the official team. So maybe something to consider. Anyway, guys, take it easy, and I'll see you in the next one.